If you're thinking about selling your property or ever thought about selling your property, here are some tips that you can take advantage of to be able to maximize on the price that you sell your property for. So let's get right into it. The very first thing that I want to emphasize on is the importance of curb appeal. Curb appeal is the first impression that a buyer is going to get on your property as soon as they pull up to the property before the showing. And so curb appeal is very important. You want to make sure that the property looks presentable from the outside. As soon as people pull up to the property, buyers pull up to the property to take a look at it, you want to make sure landscaping is as clean as possible. There's no weeds. You take care of all that stuff prior to showing. That's very important to do prior to the photos as well. That way, you're able to present the property as best as possible with the photos that we put online for you. And so some of the things to consider is, making sure that the paint looks good in the exterior, making sure again that the landscaping looks good and overall looks very clean and presentable. The second point or the second thing that we would like to focus on when we sell your property is staging the property. If the property does not have furniture, if you're moved out of the property, staging your property really pays off huge dividends when it comes to you maximizing on the price that you sell your property for. On average, you can get up to 10% more on the offer price by simply having your property staged the right way. Even if you are currently staying and living in the property, there are different strategies and things that we can recommend to you to be able to stage your property correctly prior to the photos. Some of the things that we want to focus on is decluttering the property, making sure that it looks spacious, making sure that there's not a lot of clutter when people come in, when buyers come in to look at your property, and when we professionally take the photos and shoot the video for your property. We also want to make sure we depersonalize the property. Anything that pertains to you, your family, things that you are proud of. This is not the time to showcase those things because just like it can, turn some people on, it could also turn some people off. And so we don't want people to be biased about who the seller is or anything like that. We just want to make sure that we provide a clean canvas as much as possible for the new buyers to get excited and start thinking about where they can arrange their furniture within the property that they're looking to buy. And so staging is one thing that is very important. Tip number 3 that I would recommend focusing on is, working with an agent that works with professional photography and videography, that is going to showcase your property the best way possible. It's kind of like, Instagram. Before you go out and date somebody, you check them out on Instagram to see the best angles of that person. And that's essentially what people do online with their property these days on Zillow and all these other platforms that people go on to buy and look for properties. And so we want to make sure we capture the best angles of your property with the best lighting, the best editing, so that people, when they are on their couch in the comfort of their own home, they feel motivated and excited to go look at your property. The other tip is a professional video, with your agent showcasing the property and, having some of the best angles within the videography as well. One of the things that we focus on when we list properties, myself and my team, is making sure that we upload a Matterport, a 3D virtual tour to the MLS, and that's going to syndicate on Zillow and all these other platforms as well. The reason why that's beneficial is because that gives the buyer, the consumer, from the comfort of their own home, a sneak peek into the property and what that property is going to look like when they go in and take the time and invest the time to go look at the property in person. And so it's all about just being honest up front, giving showcasing the property the best way possible up front to motivate people and buyers to go out and take a look at the property. Tip number 4 is preparing for an open house. Open houses do a great service to the property that you are looking to sell. It invites the neighbors, it invites people that are just shopping around, for the weekend. And so, definitely recommend having an open house and working with an agent that has a plan around open houses and markets open houses and does open houses the right way. Tip number 5 is pricing strategies. Pricing your property the right way from the beginning is very important. It attracts the right buyer and keeps from detracting the right buyer as well. So, if what I mean by that is if your property is listed just way too high, it's going to detract the right buyers to come take a look at your property. And the longer it's going to sit on the market, your property that is, and the longer your property sits on the market, the chances of you getting the price that you're looking for diminishes significantly. And so it's very important to price your property strategically and correctly from the beginning to be able to attract the right buyers into your property within the golden period. And with the golden period typically is anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks, depending on the market, from the time that you can expect to receive the right offer for your property. Tip number 6 is working with an agent that has effective marketing techniques. Some of these techniques are, you know, knowing how to promote the property, knowing how to spend the right advertising on the property to put on social media platforms, virtual tours, target advertising within your particular market and where your property is situated, and any other techniques that pertain to marketing that your agent is great at. And so, working with an agent that knows how to market your property is essential. The benefit that my sellers have is the fact that I partner with Keller Williams, which by volume count has the most agents working out of that brand in the country and worldwide. And so I'm able to send out the listings for my sellers to people within my office. My office has over 400 agents. We also have a sister office in Lakewood, and then we have another office that we partner with here in Green Valley Ranch. And so you have close to 1,000 agents that are going to get, you know, access to the property. They're going to be able to know that your property is on the market alone here within my office, and then also with Keller Williams around the state, they're also going to be able to know that your property's on the market. Tip number 7, negotiations. Tips for sellers. Negotiating it can be an important and beneficial skill to have as a seller, but most importantly as an agent as well. You want to make sure that your agent understands different negotiation tactics. They know how to handle counter offers, and they maximize your profit as much as possible. Not just profit, but also terms, negotiating the right terms for you as a seller, depending on your situation and what you're looking for. That is going to help and aid with your transition and making sure that everything goes as smoothly as possible. So making sure that you work with an agent that understands how to negotiate and understands your needs and what it is that you're looking for. Tip number 8, working with an agent that understands the inspection and the appraisal processes on the list side of things when they are listing a property and selling a property. Working with an agent that has good, connections with contractors. They understand prices for bids and are able to help you navigate through that to help you maximize as much as possible on any repairs during inspection, and also know how to negotiate appraisals. In the event that an appraisal comes low, does the agent know how to combat that appraisal and maybe get a second opinion or negotiate that appraisal with the buyer, and ultimately still help you maximize on your net on your side of things. It's important to note that if you price your property correctly from the beginning, you shouldn't have any appraisal issues when you're under contract. Tip number 9, timing the sale. And that is essentially discussing the best times of the year for you to sell your property here in Denver. Depending on your situation, springtime tends to be the best time to sell your property, followed by the fall time, summertime, and then winter time. However, it all depends on your local market where you are situated, and also what is going on with the economy and the market at large. So those are good rule of thumbs as far as seasonality and when to list your property here in Denver. However, it's going to be on a case by case basis. And tip number 10, working with the knowledgeable real estate agent that knows the market, that knows how to sell property, and that knows what it is that you're looking for and how to market your property as well, is going to be super beneficial, and it's going to make all the difference for you when it comes to you selling your property. So there it is, guys. 10 quick tips on how to maximize on your profit when you go on and sell your property here in the Denver market. If you are needing help with this transition, myself and my team will be more than happy to assist you with this and maximize on your sale. So feel free to reach out to us on all social media platforms, Ruben Halo on Instagram, Facebook. Also, feel free to check out our website where you can see our reviews and our past sales at helointl.com.